We were talking about Janice Martin coming in and singing a song on that record.
Yes,
now, Wanda Jackson, she came and sang a song on that record too, is that right?
Yeah, Wanda Jackson and Janice Martin both sang 2 songs with me.
Okay.
So 4 of the songs, and then the other 6 songs I just did on my own.
Now, you went on tour with Wanda Jackson that year as well, is that right?
I did, yeah.
How did you meet her and how did that all start?
Well, I met her when I was hired to sing background vocals for her in around 1987 or 1988, somewhere in there.
It's right about the time your first record came out.
It was right after my first record came out on Warner Brothers, and I had recorded a song that she was popular for doing back in the 50s. She didn't write it, but it was called I Gotta Know. And I put that on my first Warner Brothers record. That's the one that went, if our love's the real thing, where is my wedding ring? And that would jump into a rockabilly thing. And I was just really excited to meet her because she had been sent a copy of the record. So when I got to sing background vocals with her, we made really good friends and we just stayed in touch. Same thing with Janice Martin. I had been calling her on the phone and just telling her how great she was and how much she had influenced me. So I asked her to sing on my record. So it was a real dream come true to have these women who were such big influences for me and vocal style and music, rockabilly style. When they agreed to sing with me on my record, it was like just a dream come true to produce them in the studio. You know, so
now spending all that time with Wanda Jackson, did you ask her about her relationship with Elvis?
Oh, I didn't have to ask her. She volunteered.
Oh, really?
That. It's so fun, you know, because she brought out, she goes, you know, I used to date Elvis. And I'm like, I heard. And she brought out this little ring that he gave her.
Really?
And it was his ring, so it was too big for her finger, so she used to wear it around her neck on a chain. And so she still has that ring. And I think she's going to give it to her oldest granddaughter. That's where the ring's going to go.
Very cool.
And then I also, and it's funny, you know, like, thinking, you know, talking to these women about their relationship with Elvis and Janice Martin being, you know, the female Elvis, and she talks about, you know, some of the piece I put in the show was a film of her saying, you know, I had the chance to turn Elvis down, whereas Wanda actually dated him.
Took the chance, right?
She actually dated him for a while, but Janice says that she was at a show with him, and she went up to him and I guess he was in her town, Danville, Virginia, and she said, you know, they call me the female Elvis. And he was, oh, I don't have time for you, baby, or whatever. And so she went, well, I don't care. I'll just go out and dance on the dance floor. And then she said she saw him through the chicken wire, and he was like going, come here to her. And she went, no, I'm busy dancing. So she said she turned Elvis down.
That's fantastic. You know, since you were here last, the producer of your first album came and played live for me, Mr. Pete Anderson.
Oh,
and said nothing but great things about you.
Oh, I love Pete. He's such an influence, and what a great guitar player, and did all that nice work on Dwight Yoakam's records.
Absolutely, and a great guy, and can play the guitar like nobody's business here in the studio. It was great.
So versatile.
Yeah.
You know, he played pedal steel guitar with me way before he ever produced Dwight or me.
Really?
When I had a country band in L.A., we used to play at the Palomino Club, and he came up to me and he said, you need a pedal steel guitar player, because I play pedal steel now. And that's how I met him, as a pedal steel guitar player. And so he played with me for a few months. It was fun.
Very cool.
All of a sudden, the next time I saw him, he was producing Dwight Yoakam and playing great guitars. So, yeah, we go way back.
Awesome. We've got Rosie Flores live in the KPFT studio playing tomorrow night at the Corner Pub in Conroe. And it's a 3-piece rockabilly band. What's the name of the band again?
Rosie and the Riveters.
Awesome. What are you going to play for us next, Rosie?
Oh, why don't we do something off of the Girl of the Century. This is my latest CD. I'll do something off that record for you. And this record was produced by John Langford. And here's a song that Paul Birch wrote for the record. I really like
Little
this
Bells.
song. Yeah. Tight, I hear little bells when I see you walking to me. I hear little bells when you hold maybe them bells are ringing. Maybe them bells are ringing. Maybe them bells are ringing for me.
Rosie Flores live in the KPFTC. I love Paul Birch. He is amazing.
Oh, I love his song. I got to do a radio show with him and a special little songwriter performance in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and I got to really hear a lot of his songs. It was really cool.
Very nice. Is that where he's from?
You know, I'm not sure if he's from there.
Okay. But he's based out of
Seems
Nashville.
like there was some kind of connection with him there, though, because he's done it more than once. And he was the one that kind of helped me get into the songwriting festival with him. But, boy, he's a great guy. And I met him when I was living in Nashville. And him and his wife, Meg, had a little kind of, it was a cute little restaurant, very, very down home. It was in a house. And she did all the cooking. It was just amazing food. And you'd go up there to have lunch or breakfast, and Paul Birch would be at the door saying, "Well, it's Rosie Flores. Well, come on in." You know, it's like he was the doorman, like, and he knew who you were, and he was like, "Welcome to my," you know. He's so cute.
That's great. I didn't know all that about him. You know, I found his music in the KVFT library and just fell in love with him. But didn't know he had a restaurant. And I've never met the guy.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but it was called the Square. I can't remember. Yeah, it's not there anymore. He was like, well, enough of this restaurant business, you know.
Right. It's fun while it lasted.
Being a dad and being a songwriter, so that's what they're doing now. So.
We're visiting with Rosie Flores, who is going to be playing at the Corner Pub tomorrow night in Conroe with a three-piece band. Should be a great time. She just went over to Europe, and of course, we're in Pledge Drive, and I was going to ask you something about getting airplay over in Europe. You know, roots music is king over there. So are there are radio stations over there? Do they? I mean, there's a lot of pop and top 40 here in the States, and I'm sure there's stations like that, but are there roots radio stations that play the good stuff?
Well, it's